Hey guys, my name is Shashwat and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. In this video, I'll be talking about the execution of decree under Code of Civil Procedure. So let's start. The litigation consists of three stages. First, initiation, then adjunction, and then implementation of litigation. The last stage of litigation, that is implementation, is also known as execution. Once a decree of judgment is passed by court, it is the obligation of the person against whom judgment is passed to give effect to a decree so as to enable the decree holder to enjoy the benefits of its judgment. By execution, a judgment debtor is compelled to carry out the mandate of a decree or order. Execution implies giving effect to an order or a judgment of a court of justice, which, when the decree holder gets the thing granted to him by judgment, decree or order, the execution of it is complete. So now let's come to what is the meaning and the nature of this execution of decree. The term execution is not defined in Code of Civil Procedure. This term means implementing or enforcing or giving effect to an order or judgment passed by a court of justice. In simple words, execution is the process of enforcing or giving effect to the decree or judgment by the court by compelling the judgment debtor to carry out the mandate of the decree or order and enable the decree holder to recover the thing granted to him by judgment. Now I'll tell you about what is the execution proceedings under CPC. Let me take a case to explain this. In Ghanshyam Das versus Anant Kumar Sinha, the Supreme Court dealt with the provision of the code relating to the execution of orders and decree and stated that code contains elaborate provisions which deal with all questions regarding executability of a decree in all aspects. The court further observed that numerous provisions of Order 21 take care of various situations providing effect remedies to judgment debtors, decree holder, or claimant objectors. In the case where provisions are not capable of giving relief in the inadequate measures and appropriate time to an aggrieved party by filing a regular suit in the civil court is the solution. The court further explained that judicial quality of remedy under CPC is considered to be superior as compared with the statutes. Therefore, the judges are expected to do better as they entrusted the administration of justice. Now, the transfer of decree for execution. Section 39 provides that when a decree holder makes an application to the court of the first instance to send the decree for execution to another court, the court of first instance may do the same if any of the grounds exist. Then execution of foreign decrees in India. That is also a point. The code lays down the procedure for execution of foreign judgment and decrees in India. While enforcing the foreign judgment or decree in India, it should be ensured that the judgment or decree, a conclusive one, gives on the merits of a case by court having competent jurisdiction. And then next in execution of decree is the procedure. In section 51, it is mentioned about the mode of executive decree. What are the modes of executing a decree? First, by delivery of any property specifically decreed. Second, by sale of a property with or without attachment of the property. Thirdly, by arrest and detention. And fourthly, execution by appointing a receipt. In section 52, the decree is passed against the legal representative of a judgment debtor, that is the deceased one. So long as the property of the deceased remains in the hands of legal representative, a decree can be executed against the property. If it is for the payment of money out of the property of deceased person, for the payment of money of the property of the deceased, and decree has been passed against the property as legal representative of deceased person. And in section 53, it states that when property is liable for payment of debt of a deceased ancestor and it is in the hands of a son and descendant, then the property will be deemed to be of a deceased, and which, as his legal representative, come into the hands of his son or other descendants. Section 54. When a decree has been passed or partitioned for the separate possession of a share in undivided estate for the payment of revenue to the government, the section comes into play. The partition of the estate or share needs to be made by the collector, but if the collector denies making the partition of the revenue paying property, then the civil court can do so. To attract the provisions of this section, the plaintiff asking for the division of the government revenue is deemed to an essential condition. So by telling this, now I must tell what are the power of executing court. The act says that the jurisdiction and the power of the court in executing a decree is by an application for an execution of decree that can be either oral or written. The court may execute decree as per the mode of implementation prayed by the decree holder or a court deemed fit. So I must conclude by saying that it clearly appears from the above discussion that execution means implementing or enforcing or giving effect to an order or judgment passed by the court of justice. The provisions contained in Order 21 cover different types of situation and provide effective remedies to the judgment debtors, the claimant, objectors and third parties apart from the decree holder. The code takes care of the rights of judgment debtors too. Various modes of execution of a decree are also provided by the code, which includes arrest, detention of the judgment debtor, delivery of possession, attachment of property by sale, partition, the appointment of receiver and payment of money, and maybe all, etc. Thus the provisions are rendered effective or capable of giving relief to the aggrieved party. That is it. Thank you. If you like this video, please share and subscribe.